All right, good morning, virtual people, or good afternoon, depending on when you're looking at this. Start a new unit today. Matrices and matrices for 2 days, vectors for 2 days, and then a test next block day. Is that a block day? It's not a block day. So test next Thursday. All of our matrix stuff we'll do by hand, or excuse me, with calculator. Sorry to panic you there. So I hope you have one of these type calculators, the TI-84. You can find them online, like to buy, or you can find emulators online or something similar online. But you'll have a calculator to do all the work. So take a minute, copy those down, hit pause if you need to. The first part of today's lesson is really just putting them in the calculator. Let's see if I can show this to you. There's a button on the calculator that says matrix. So second matrix. And then go over to edit. And sometimes we get confused on whether it's a 2x3 or a 3x2. But even if you get it wrong, it'll look wrong, so you'll know that something's not right. So that's not a 2x3 matrix because it doesn't look right. So let's try a 3x2 matrix, and then it looks correct. Let's go put in the elements of the matrix. And before you exit, make sure you do a quick double check to make sure everything looks correct on there, because the calculator is not going to mess anything up. It will only be if you type something in wrong. So there's matrix A. Second quit to get out of that, and then go back in to put in matrix B. Second matrix. We'll edit matrix B. Oops, I hit matrix A. Matrix, edit matrix B. 2x2. You can see I've already done this one, but I would go in and make sure my elements are correct. When you're comfortable that they're right, quit, go back in again, edit matrix C, and again, your main job is to make sure they're in there correctly, because your calculator's not going to mess anything up. It's only going to be if you type something in wrong. So now I've got matrix A, B, and C in the calculator. Part 1 is done. Part 2 is using the calculator. So let's do B plus C. And that's literally what you're going to put in the calculator is B plus C. So go back to the matrices. Second matrix. So we'll go to the calculator and do matrix B plus matrix C. So second matrix. Now we don't want to edit them, we want to use them. So we'll leave it on names. We'll go down to B and press enter. And then plus. And then go get matrix C. Second matrix, C, and there's B plus C. Again, calculator's doing all the hard work. You just have to know where all the buttons are. Let's do A times C. So second matrix, A times second matrix, C, and there's our A times C. H, negative 2, 4H, negative 2, negative 13. Again, it's all using the calculator, so just make sure you know where all the buttons are located, how to get there. Inverse of B. Well, the inverse is the little negative 1 sign, and it's right there on the calculator. So I'm going to basically type that into the calculator, B to the negative 1. So matrix B, and I'll push the negative 1 button. So B to the negative 1 says find the inverse of B. And that's okay as an answer, the decimals, especially easy decimals like that. If you get decimals you don't like, then you can go to math, and the first option is change them to a fraction, and it'll change them all to a fraction. So it kind of depends on the problem, which if you'd rather decimals or fractions. this one, either one would be fine since the decimals were so easy. But if the decimals are particularly ugly, or if it's a multiple choice situation where there's only fractions for answers, then you might need to put it into fraction form. Lastly, we can do what's called a scalar multiple. So instead of multiplying two matrices, we can multiply a number times a matrix. So 3 times matrix C. Again, calculator's doing all the work. 6, 12, 0, -9. Pretty straightforward. Use the calculator. Alright, there's going to be 2 worksheets posted. We're actually going to post the packet in a little bit. But on worksheet 1, we are ready to do 1 through 5. And on worksheet 2, we are ready to do 1 through 4. And then the rest of those 2 worksheets we'll do on Monday and talk about how to do them on Monday. So, pretty easy. Use the calculator. You should be fine. And have a good weekend.